After interacting with more than 6 lakh plus business owners, here's what I've realized. Objection handling is one of the major challenges for business owners in their sales process. So I taught them this framework which helped them turn a no into a yes and close their deals consistently. If you want to learn the most effective objection handling framework, then this video is for you. Now, before I dive into a framework, let us understand what is an objection. An objection is a question raised by your client after you've pitched your products or services and your track record of providing these solutions to previous customers. So, if a customer is raising an objection, it's not about you getting defensive or you going into attack mode. It's about you firstly understanding that the fact that they are raising an objection, it means that they were listening, it means that they are interested, it means it's a positive response and they just need more clarity before they make that decision. So do not look at objections as a negative response. Look at it as a positive response. Look at it from the point of view that you've done a good job so far, and that's why even this objection is coming out. In fact, the worst thing that can happen to you in a sales conversation after you pitch your product or service is the customer saying, "Done, thank you so much, we will get back to you." That's when you should be most frightened. But if they are raising an objection, get excited. Now, keeping this reality about objections in mind, the first step in handling objections is that you need to acknowledge and validate the objection of the prospect customer. Which means what? Don't get defensive, don't get into an argument, don't rebuttal the objection. Empathize with the person as to what they are saying. Hear them out fully. Don't interrupt. Be calm. That's the first step. Because if you rebuttal, then you're triggering them by negating their perspective and telling them you are wrong, you're foolish to raise this objection. But if you empathize, you listen with an open mind, you validate it that it's okay for them to share this, then you neutralize their emotions. The second step, after you've acknowledged and validated their response, is to seek more information, which means ask them, why do they think so? Why do they feel so? What makes them say this? Let them elaborate and expand on their objection, because 9 out of 10 cases, when a prospect customer tells you why they feel what they feel or why they said what they said, they are actually leading you to their deeper concern. And when you understand their deeper concern, you also get an indication of what kind of solution will work to address that concern. So allow the prospect to express openly and elaborate their objection. Don't try to negate it in the initial stages with a solution. For example, if I'm selling a software to an organization and I'm talking to the business owner, and at the end of my pitch, the business owner says, "I don't think this product will work for us." The key is not to get into a rebuttal saying, "No, why do you say that? It's working for others. I can tell you how it can work for you." If you do that, you're negating the objection. Pause, stay calm, hear them out fully, and then very calmly seek a clarification saying, "May I know what makes you say that this will not work for you?" And then you're giving the prospect an opportunity to elaborate the objection. And they'll go like, "Look, your product is great, but I don't think my team has the qualification and the expertise to run this kind of a software." So now you know the challenge is at the level of the team, not at the level of your product. But if you just rebutted without probing and understanding the real concern, you would be shooting the wrong bird. And that is going to be a waste of a bullet and a life lost unnecessarily. After you've understood the deeper concern of the client, use storytelling. That's the third step in the objection handling framework. Now, what do I mean by storytelling? Firstly, acknowledge what they feel and then tell them how what they feel is something that your previous customers have felt in the past. And then tell them how the previous customer who felt the same objection or the emotion found the solution when they actually use the product or service. This framework of storytelling is called feel, felt, found. It's like, I know what you feel. This client of mine felt the same before, and by using the product or service, this is what they found. So narrate stories to establish credibility and build relatability, where you are showcasing to them that they are not the first one with this objection and you've effectively dealt with in the past as well. Now, while you are using storytelling to showcase to them that you've been able to solve this objection before, the fourth step in the objection handling framework is to deal with the objection directly. Don't talk things that are irrelevant. At the end of the day, when a prospect is raising an objection, they want a solution, and give logical solutions that make sense. Don't just use emotional aspects like have faith in us, trust us, we will make it work for you. That's meaningless. Give a solution, a logical answer. Deal with the objection directly. Don't avoid the issue, tackle it. Now, talking about being objective and to the point, here is my point. At the end of the day, while you're watching this YouTube video and learning a skill, there's a next level waiting for you. In the description below, there's a link of a 40-minute high-intense training that has impacted the lives of more than 280,000 business owners, where I teach strategies, systems, and skills to scale their business. Now, if you're watching this video till here, it means you have a business and you want to scale it. So I'm being very objective and telling you, after this video, watch that 40-minute training and take action on it. It will transform your results. The fifth element about the objection handling framework is about your energy. When you are handling objections, stay calm yet high energy. Stay outside, don't go inside. Don't get into desperation, don't get into rebuttals or debates. That will just piss your customer off and close their mind even if you have a logical answer for their objection. The key is to use an upbeat, positive tone and let them know, can be handled, I'm here for you. And lastly, in the objection handling framework, remember this, if you do not have a logical solution to the client's objection and they have a valid objection, which is a flaw or a gap in your product or service offering or in your ability to deliver the solution, then please be willing to walk away. The key is this, you can turn a no into a yes only if there is merit in what you're offering. But if there's a genuine gap, have the dignity and integrity to say, hey, what you've raised is a very valid point. This is something we can't cater to. So I don't want to promise you something that I can't deliver on. And if this is what you're actually looking for, we may not be the best partner for you. Just being willing to walk away and being a person of integrity earns you a lot of respect in that relationship. And that person is sure to rely upon you for your expertise and your advice, even going forward, even if this deal does not come through. I always say this to people, sales done with integrity is the most effortless way of selling. But if you do it for manipulation and gains, then there's a lot of deceit and deception involved in it that will not give you peace of mind. So objection handling works only if you can genuinely, logically give a solution to the objection of the client. But giving that solution the moment they raise the objection doesn't work. And that's why these steps that I've taught you are extremely critical for you to follow, because it helps you open up the mind of the client, build a rapport, create a connection, and then give them a solution. And that's when you will turn their no into a yes. I hope you found this video useful and you want to learn more about other sales skills, then watch this video that I've created on negotiation skills.